My name is David Lepofsky. I'm the chair of the Accessibility for Ontarians with Disabilities Act Alliance. I'm also a visiting professor at the Osgoode Hall Law School. I'd like to take you on a tour of the new Student Learning Center at Ryerson University, right in the middle of downtown Toronto at Gould and Yonge Streets. This building is supposed to be a hub where students at Ryerson University can gather for formal learning activities or informal socializing. It's clear as we look around this building that the intent was for there to be good accessibility provisions for students and faculty and staff with disabilities. But when we look closely, in fact, we don't even have to look that closely, we're going to find out that there are significant recurring accessibility problems that would have been easily prevented. Stairs. On one side of the main lobby stairs is a pillar in the middle of the stairs. I walk right into it. When I finally find the handrail on the right side of this bizarre column, it doesn't lead me up the stairs to the landing. Instead, it loops me past the top of the column and back down the adjacent stairs. Normally, when you walk up a flight of stairs, there's a railing at right angle to the stairs. You hold the railing and walk up without thinking about it. Not here. The main lobby staircase goes up 2 floors. Railings divide it into 4 parallel sets of stairs. Look at the right-hand stairs shown at the bottom of the plan. The right handrail is skewed to the left, cutting in front of a person as they walk up the stairs. Now, look at the left-hand stairs shown at the top of the plan. The left handrail is at a skewed angle too. The left handrail first angles to the left as you go up the stairs from the bottom. Then, after that landing, that left handrail angles off to the right. If you hold the railing like I did, your feet are guided in the wrong direction. This is a tripping hazard for blind people and for those with balance issues. Imagine if a student had a few drinks before trying this. There are stairs with angled railings outside the building going up to the front door. And on the 6th floor, in the student hangout area called the beach area. Staircase railing should never be angled. Designers may think it looks cool, but it creates safety and accessibility problems. The main lobby stairs railing has jagged metal sticking out every few meters. It jabs my hand as I go up the stairs. On the 6th floor is a room called the beach area for students to hang out and study. Up front is blue carpeting to look like water. The rest of the room is sandy colored to look like a beach. Stairs go from the front of the room up to the back of the room. There's a landing between each short flight of stairs. The stairs don't follow a straight path from the front of the room to the back. Speeding up the video, see how lost I get. I need directions. Stairs outside the building, going from the ground level up to the front door, are just as confusing. Ramps. Here's an outside ramp to get from the street level to the building's front entrance 1 floor up. The ramp's route is quite a maze. Normally, ramps follow a simple pattern. A straight line or switchback. That outdoor ramp has no railing. People with balance issues need a railing. I need one to follow a maze-like ramp. Hangout Steps. Hangout steps are like amphitheater seating, as a place to hang out and socialize. A flight of steps goes up. As you go up a few steps, there's a bench seat on either side of you to sit. Go up a few more steps, there's a second bench seat on either side of the steps, behind and higher than the first one, and so on. These hangout steps are at the side of the main lobby. Hangout steps have huge accessibility problems. People using mobility devices can't go up them. For me, getting from the steps to a seat and then back down the steps is treacherous. There's no railing to help me or someone with balance issues. It would be unthinkable to have a socializing area with a sign saying, "No women welcome here," or people from racialized communities should socialize elsewhere. Hangout Steps might as well have a sign saying people with mobility disabilities are not welcome. Here's more Hangout Steps partway up the main lobby staircase. People with mobility devices can't reach those seats. They can only sit at the very top, with the worst view and acoustics. No person using a mobility device could make a presentation here. Here are Hangout Steps outside the building, all the way up alongside the exterior ramp to the front door. People hanging out can block the ramp. Lobby Information Help. It's great that the main lobby has a help desk and an electronic kiosk to help us learn what's happening here. But the desk has no accessible counter height and no knee space for a person in a wheelchair. No one staffed the desk when I was there. The sign says, "We are currently closed. Any questions? Please find our specialists in yellow t-shirts or visit us in LIB 272B. I can't find people in yellow shirts. I don't know where LIB 272B is. The sign's surface glare is a problem for some with low vision. The main lobby's electronic kiosk has a touchscreen, inaccessible to those with vision loss, dyslexia, or dexterity issues. 2011 Ontario accessibility regulations require such organizations to include accessibility features in electronic kiosks. Even if they weren't enforced when this building opened, there's no good reason to install inaccessible electronic kiosks. Hard to get to the building's front door. The building's front door is one floor up, not at street level. In contrast, the previous building, Sam the Record Man, had a street-level door. Now, to get to the front door, you must go up the confusing angled outdoor steps seen earlier, or go up the maze-like outdoor ramp seen earlier. The other option is to use an exterior elevator. This confusion would be avoided had the front door been at street level. It's good that there's an exterior elevator to get from street level up to the building's front door, but it has accessibility problems. You have to find this elevator, go inside, take the elevator up on floor, go outside, turn right, then turn left, then turn right into the building. Just entering a street-level front door is so much easier. Many won't know about this elevator. At street level, this elevator is set back from the stairs and ramp. No signage or wayfinding directs you to it. Once you approach the door to the elevator lobby, it's not obvious that there's an elevator inside. An elevator symbol faces outside the building, but it's hard to see, with poor color contrast. The elevator lobby's door has a security card reader. Nothing tells you if you can get in without a security card. Many may walk away thinking they can't enter. It's good that the elevator lobby door has a push-button power door operator, but it's in different positions outside the door for going in than it is for when you're inside the door going out. That's confusing. Inside this elevator, it's good that there's braille at the elevator buttons and a voice that announces the floors. However, one floor's labeling is messed up. For street level, the print button says G, the voice says G, but entirely confusing, the braille says Main. I won't know Main is street level. In the elevator on the wall beside the buttons, the floor directory lists what's on each floor. It's good that there's braille on that floor directory, but this braille is almost entirely illegible. The dots are squished too close together. Accessible signage. It's good that there are several efforts to provide accessible signage, but visit the office to seek accessibility support. The print says, Student Accessibility Specialist, Student Learning Support. The braille only says, SLC, Student Learning Center, 437. The braille doesn't give the most important information that the print sign gives, that this is the Office for Accessibility Support. Angled pillars. Nothing should ever protrude at any height into a path of travel. No pillar should ever lean at an angle. When I go up the outdoor ramp from street level to the front door, there's a leaning pillar on my left side. My shoulder brushes right up against it. When I take that exterior elevator to the ground floor and walk outside, there's a leaning pillar in my path. I hit my head right near my right ear.
Conclusion. Watch how these problems come together. The main lobby has that angled staircase, inaccessible hangout steps, and both an information desk and an electronic kiosk, each lacking basic accessibility features. The sixth-floor beach area has angled stairs that follow a confusing route, and hangout steps. At the building's front, instead of a ground-level main entrance, are angled stairs following a confusing route, a ramp that follows a confusing route, with inaccessible hangout steps luring people to hang out on the ramp, an exterior elevator that many won't know about or won't think they can use, and angled pillars in the path of travel. It's troubling that this building won architectural awards. Here's a webpage announcing that it received the Canadian Architect 2011 Award of Excellence from the Canadian Architect magazine, selected by a jury of architects. Accessibility deserves greater priority. People wrongly think that our access laws ensure that new buildings are accessible. Those laws let this building happen. Ontario must enact much stronger accessibility requirements to ensure that new buildings are never again built with accessibility barriers, and to ensure that accessibility barriers in existing buildings are fixed. The Accessibility for Ontarians with Disabilities Act requires the Ontario government to do so to ensure that Ontario becomes fully accessible by 2025. Design professionals must learn how to design barrier-free buildings. Otherwise, even when an organization like Ryerson wants to include accessibility features, barriers will be created. Learn more at www.aodaalliance.org, on Twitter @AODA Alliance. For a longer video, search on YouTube, Ryerson Student Learning Center, and Accessibility and Long Version.